Ahem. Hello, it's your machine shop instructor, Ed. I'm actually taking a Fusion 3D course, but one was importing this vise and aligning the stock to it, learning how to do alignments and assemblies and stuff like that. We're not drawing any of this stuff, but of course, this is an odd looking vise here. You can get models of of other vices. Like I found this one on GrabCAD here, right here. This is the exact same vice we have, the Kurt D688, or you can download it from Kurt themselves. But this guy says Kurt Vice I used in Mastercam for simulation of toolpath animations. So I downloaded this STP file. So I am going to bring it into this here. Um, let's see. Open. Or I think you can do import also, or upload. Let me do upload. Select files, and where did I put it here? Downloads? Nope. Let me check. Public downloads. Teacher training 3D week 1. Mr. Advice. There it is right there. SolidWorks file. Kurt 688. Okay. Gonna open that one. Upload. And here it comes. Here it comes. Flying in here. And close. So now here it is right here. Okay. For the handle. Okay. I was actually watching another guy's video and they were talking about a lot of this uploaded stuff. You could probably trim away or condense a lot of it so it's easier to manipulate. Like in this here, we probably don't need the handle. I don't know which one is which. But anyway, so right now they are all bodies, imported. Let me close this up. And I've been learning that this is there's bodies and components, and if you're trying to align something, you should probably move the component, the vise, to align to where the part is. And I thought it was the other way around, actually. I'm trying to figure out the advantages and disadvantages of that. But I think in this case, we could use parallels here or actually make a set of jobs just like the ones we have and align them on the vise. Then you can really do a true simulation of is it going to hit or not, you know. So, or something with even with Mighty Bite. I think you can even get the Mighty Bite Raptor clamps and truly have a really good simulation. So what I was learning was, let me try something here. This one here, I was doing a lesson on different pocketing routines. And this was the sample file that they gave me. I uploaded it and they had us do different styles and doing also a time study of which one was better and why in different settings. It actually was a little bit more detailed and on why would you use this pocket clearing versus adaptive clearing. And this is in 3D. This is really a 3D scenario, and then we did some in 2D, adaptive and pocket. And what did I do in this one? I also drew a bodies, a clear box of what the stock would be. So if I shut that off, I did a representation of the stock versus this. This is kind of for simulation purposes. But I was doing this as a setup kind of scenario. So in this case, let's use this vise for this part. And you could drag and drop it in here, or you can just say insert into current design. All right. I think I was even watching a Lars Christensen one, and they'll talk about like where the vise is and where the part is could be completely different locations. So I was told don't move the part, move the vise. So in this case, I'm just going to hit OK. And obviously this is like way down here, and this is way up there. Alright, so I'm going to move, and this is linked to this one here. And you want to break the link. Well, actually, let me move it first. Alright, so I'm selecting that component, and I'm going to use translate. Alright, so I'm actually just moving it to get it a little bit closer. Then I'll double click. Okay, so we're in the ballpark now. And if this is the origin of the part right there, let me turn on the real material. We want to get this aligned to this. So in the course, it was teaching me how to do that. Like, probably I wanted the long way to be on the jaw this way. So I want to tilt this. Oh, let me see here now. Modify, move, copy. Okay. So if I select this component right here, and I'm going to rotate it. So let's see, axes of rotation. I need to have an origin here. Maybe not. Let me turn on, go up here, turn this one on. I want to rotate around this axis right here, this one here, in this direction. Come on, a little bit more. Come on, you can do it. Or just type it in. Alright, so we got it kind of on the same plane. I can shut that one off. I'm going to enlarge my window here, hit the home view. Alright, I got it rotated this way. We hit the move again, select that component and rotate and axis selection, which means I got to turn this one back on so I get this. Alright, I'm going to go this way. Minus 90. Okay. Looks a little bit better. Now I'm going to do this align. Alright, so I want to move the component to this. Alright, select from to, oh yeah, I want to select this right there to, and I think if you hold the control key, you can kind of lock in the plane here, right? Just like that. Only down here I want it. Oh, I only move the vice jar. All right, I don't want that. Let me unlink this first. Break link. Continue. Right, so this is not connected to the original drawing. And try the move again. No, align. I want to align. Align from this up in the top corner to come on. Forgot how to pan. Get this out of the way. Right. I think it's going to do the same thing again. Yep. How come it didn't take everything? We just hit OK or capture position. Okay. Well, sort of halfway right. Okay. All right. See, everything's floating around now. Let's see. I think you could hit this revert position. Unless you ground this one. If you ground it, ground this. Now you can, oh. I thought I grounded it. Revert. There we go. Alright. Alright. I just did this other one here. I just did this one. This one I got, so this moves back and forth. I align that. And if I did align, pick the whole face to this one. Yeah, so now they're lined up with each other. Right, okay. And actually when I brought it in, I moved it so it's 250. I actually moved the vise up, not the part down. So this still has its old origin, which is in the middle of this thing. All right. All right, so I got my Kurt vise. I got this inserted in here. Let me click this. I want to get this in the vise. I can shut the stock off. I'll figure this out. Let's go look at this one. Okay, this one only has base, rear jaw, front jaw. It's joined together. Maybe that's why. This one is not joined together. Alright, maybe I gotta fix those. Yeah, what did I learn about eliminating stuff? I was watching a video. I don't need this anymore. This was another one. This is a Lars Christensen tutorial, but where am I here? Fusion tips. Here we go. Right. This guy was pretty good. Come on, not this.
And I'm going to sketch a rectangle, a center point rectangle. and I'm going to drag this out. And then typing in numbers I want here, I'm going to refer to those parameters.
So he was making it so that he had to use the user parameters so he could change the setups on the fly and make it pretty good. But let me go back. It's kind of a long video.
Showing a bunch of people in that room how to do this very same thing. And what I'm showing them is how we can take a vise that's downloaded from any manufacturer and use Fusion to turn it sort of into a smart vise. And what do I mean by smart vise? I mean that we can go to the change parameters function, and you can see in this particular case that I have the ability to change the parallel height, width, and thickness, and the stock width, depth, and thickness, and also shift the stock. So if I were to change this number to be 10, you'll see my stock gets much wider. If I set this to be 5, you'll see the vice jaws open more. If I set the thickness to 3, you'll see it gets taller. And if I offset it in the extra Y direction, I'll do 2 this way. Or
so I thought that was pretty cool. You could have like a setup to the next level to import your new material and do a better simulation for crash detection. And he was like, this is the Kurt site. I've done the same thing. You can download the models. Right here. This is how you download it. Let me go a little bit forward. And then he was getting into compressing this and joining things together, so you kind of made the file a little bit more manageable. And he was also changing the alignment. Like, do we actually need all the parts and pieces, you know? Because we're only using it for simulation. It becomes harder to manage. Anyway, I'm going to work on this one some more. I just thought I'd get a little update of what I am learning to do. And it's a good area to get into. So actually, the guy teaching this course, I actually met him online teaching this course. He's on the Fusion Autodesk Academy team. So they want to come out with certifications for 2.5 axis, 3 axis, and 5 axis on milling and also lathe. So we've been asked to review the certification test and anything that may be not quite right or missing. I think there's a lot of actual machining stuff that's missing. But I'll tell you, these guys do a pretty good job, you know. But even looking at this vise, this is a little bit different. I'm not sure about these side things. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I don't know how it clamps. But built into Fusion is a bunch of cam samples already. I think there's one for orange vise. So I'm actually surprised it's not a Kurt, because Kurt's like very popular. This is the older one, and the one that was in the video was their newer one. Because I look at this one and how wide it is, and the newer one is a little bit narrower, which obviously that means you can get more vices on the table. So, but this is a pretty traditional one. I'm not sure if they actually make this one anymore. But anyway, I'm going to cut it short here. I'm almost up to 20 minutes, so I'll publish this one so you guys can see in the morning, and I'll try to update. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.